This not just girl talk.
It's talk for the people.
You got two women,
Two voices,
one sound.
and that's the truth.
You here with the married Dawn,
And the selective Dawn.
and we here to call a spade a motherfucking spade. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get to it.
You count so loud. Hey, Hakeem. How you doing? Okay. So, for those of y'all in TV land, Hakeem is our new engineer.
Tonight,
Hakeem, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people?
we'll see if he lasts.
You gotta give us some positive posture. You sitting over there like you know what you're doing. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
We back. You
We
better?
back. What you mean, from last week or 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
I am. I feel
Okay.
a lot better.
Okay.
Some people like the show. Some people thought I should have carried it a little differently. Some people got the point. Either way, I feel good about it.
Oh, good.
Oh, hey.
Well, that's the joys of being live.
How
What the
you
fuck
get
up to?
that?
I gotta tell you. Well, no, it says the Uncensored Network is live.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't do that.
But I feel good about last week's show. A lot of times I go back and listen to the shows and want to be like, I'm gonna have to hear somebody bullshit or somebody
Really?
opinion. Yeah. About what I say or taking it the wrong way. Let me not say bullshit. I don't want somebody to misinterpret what I say, but I think what I said was very clear.
I think it might have been a little too clear.
So I think that people can feel the kind of peace that I'm in, and they kind of take advantage of that. Because
Now,
I
when
feel
you
like I'm a
say-
little Joel Osteen-ish. I'm always happy. I'm always in.
No.
I
Joe Osteen-ish?
yes.
No.
Why not?
What does that even mean? And why do you have to use Joe Osteen?
So because he always has a Brian, you must have did it differently. I can't start a watch party because he's always happy, and I think that lately I have been enjoying life for what it is. I've been happy, so I think people took that for advantage.
Okay.
But welcome back. I had to snap y'all niggas back in the shape. 2020. It's a new decade. We feeling good.
Okay.
How your week been?
It's only Tuesday, but the week is cool.
But I ain't seen you in 2 weeks again, nigga, and you live a whole 5 minutes away from me.
Why is that?
Chan, she still ain't come and see us. I'm starting to question our friendship.
Probably because you be with your new friends doing new stuff.
How your week been?
No, don't try to redirect the question.
How your week been? I'm
It's
never
been
too
cool.
busy for you, boo.
What your pinky do?
I was cleaning the bathroom.
Sorry. Hey, Carrie. I'm sorry. That threw me off. My week been cool. It's been eventful, but it's been cool.
You been holding down the fort?
More than I want to.
Well, that's always what you do.
Yeah, but it just really showed me how resilient I am. When my back is against the wall, I can definitely figure something out.
Do you feel supported?
Yeah, I do.
That's good.
I do. I feel supported by those who I feel like should support me.
That's
if that
good.
makes sense.
I think everybody should support you.
Not all the time.
Why not?
You have to know where your friends wager in your life. Like, everybody you can't call on in stressful times. I have my friends that are there for a good time. It's hot as shit in here.
Nah, that's that shot you had in the car.
No, it's not. It's hot.
Go ahead and
Hey,
visit our
Marcus.
IG story. Hi, Stephanie.
No, I feel good. I feel supported. I know that there are key people that I can go to when I need to.
So the key people, well, the people that cannot be called on during stressful times, do you think that if you reached out, they would not be there, or you think that it's too much for them to handle?
I think it's too much for them to handle.
So that's not a strike against them, is it?
You have to know, and you have to be able to compartmentalize your friendships.
Okay. That's good to hear. Sometimes I think that you shut people out really quickly.
Because I like to feel like I'm a pretty good gauge of a person's character. So if I know that this is something that you may or may not be able to handle, I'm not going to introduce it to you because I don't want to disappoint myself. with having this false expectation of, well, you're my friend, so you're supposed to be able to do this. No, everybody is not built like me. And I can't expect that from everybody. So, yeah, I get it.
Okay. That's cool. What kind of feedback did you get from last week?
So I had somebody actually ask me, who is these motherfuckers that y'all talking about? And I said, well, you know, you've watched the show and you've seen who has sat behind the mic with us. So, you know, take it for what it is.
But even those that haven't, I think it was for the general population. I think sometimes it's important to let people know that you know your worth, or they'll just continue to try you. So it was for more than just the people that were behind the mic. It's also for the people asking to be on and don't got nothing to say, or the people that think this is just a joke or a good time. Even though we don't have anything to prove to anybody, it's just to let people know that, you know, we respect ourselves, our platform, and what we do. So don't come sideways.
I agree.
All right. So today, what we talking about?
I don't know. It's your show. You up.
It's my show. All right. So we going to title this. What you came up with a different title than me. Go ahead.
I just said nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So we are reintroducing ourselves for the new decade, new listeners. And we just kind of commanding more from people. So
is it people or commanding more from ourselves?
Both.
Okay.
Both. And so as we move, or as we grow as a people and as a brand, it's always, I think, important to reintroduce ourselves and I was about to say let niggas know, but let people know. Let people know where we stand.
Okay.
You ready for question number 1?
Sure.
So you in the Gail seat and I'm in the Oprah seat? Okay. So last show we discussed the brand, the DHONs, the way we've structured the brand, business practice, etc. For the new listeners and even our day one listeners. What would you tell them about the future of the DHONs and yourself?
Just to always expect the unexpected. And when we got into this, we didn't know anything about podcasting. We didn't know what it would look like. We just knew that we could hold or captivate an audience for a period of time, or we felt like we could. You know, I go back to how we even started this, just one night sitting at the table, talking shit, turned into from a 1-hour conversation until the wee hours of the morning. And when we went back and we listened to it, we were like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, I think we can do this. So with knowing that or feeling that, you know, maybe I can captivate an audience, or maybe I can get up here and be vulnerable and accept the judgment and the criticism. Let me see if I can really stand true to this. Let me see if I can follow this through. And here we are, a year and some change later?
Dang, I should have remember to look at the download numbers. I can't remember where we was before.
We were nowhere where we are now. We weren't.
Well, of course. But I'm talking about last show.
Oh.
Before last show, I know we was. I had looked at the numbers of how many downloads. I do know that we are getting airplay across the nation.
We are.
Which
we have
is
a lot
dope.
of international listeners.
We do, but you know where we have a lot of listeners at?
Where?
Jersey.
Who in Jersey?
I don't know, but Wendy Williams up there. And you said we could be a little Wendy Williams-ish with our receipts last show.
We could have, but we didn't.
Okay.
I think it's important to still keep the integrity.
So that's funny because a lot of people said, well, not a lot of people, somebody said that we didn't move like how we usually do, and they kind of felt like we were giving the negative a little bit more airplay than what we should have.
I can see that, but it's also good to remember that we're human and we feel. So just because we sit behind these mics every Tuesday doesn't mean that we don't feel a way when we've been slighted or shortchanged.
So, okay, that's a good question. I mean, that's a good way into the next question. So, how do you handle... Seriously.
Hold on. Oprah, you moving too fast. Answer your own question.
What? What would I tell the people?
Yeah.
But wait, while this is on my mind, how do you handle?
It's on the screen too.
But how do you handle when people got something smart to say about the show, or something that is not in our favor? How do you respond? How does that make you feel?
I have to remember that I'm not for everybody.
Oh, that's a good one. I need to remember that. That's a good one.
I do have to remember that I'm not for everybody. And then I also take into account, who is it coming from? If this is someone that is very pertinent in my life, not just somebody who might have tuned in for maybe 5 or 10 minutes of the show, that's not an accurate gauge of what we've talked about all season. You know, we've shared some fairly vulnerable things behind this mic, right? So your 10 minutes, okay, cool. But if it's somebody that like knows me outside of this, I'm going to take it for what it's worth. And oftentimes I'll go back and watch the show. I'll go back and I'll watch my body language, or I'll watch my face, or certain things we might have said. And it's like, okay, I can see how that may have been misinterpreted, or I can see why this person might have felt a certain way about why I said what I said or how I said it. Yeah, I value it.
But what about people that don't know you? Like, what about your first time listeners or viewers?
That's fine too.
That's it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Does it make you want to change anything about the way you do the show?
No, because I think I've changed since season 1. There were certain things I know, and when you used to go back and edit the show, there was always this one thing that I would say, and you would make sure to cut that shit out.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, you said it. But you were like, don't say that. You know, you got to kind of be mindful of what you say. So, yeah.
So I only said that because in the beginning we did get a lot of play in the DMV. And it's just like, I was just at a point where I was just like, I ain't want to deal with no bullshit.
And you still dealing with it though. And I think
not really.
I think so. And I think the show we did a couple weeks ago speaks to having to deal with those who may not support you as you feel like they should. You know, having to work around that certain individual when I would say certain things. Has this individual opened up their platform to us? No. Have we offered to work with them? No.
Okay.
So what does it matter? No, it doesn't. They're eating, we're eating. Everybody's full.
Okay.
Next.
All right, what is the biggest misconception that people have about you from the show?
Oh, this is a good one. That I lack substance.
Huh?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that one. You've gotten that more than once?
Yeah. People just think I'm a good time. But what people don't know is that, especially when you started to talk more about my writing.
Okay.
I've been a published author since I was in the kindergarten. Like, on book, on display, with the PG County school system. Yeah. I play the instruments. I play the trombone. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
told you I could have just did the congos and we could have had a whole...
No.
We about to change our intro song.
We not.
So I'm about to do the beat. And then
We are not.
You just blow.
No. No.
How many requests you going to get off of that one?
No, but seriously, people really think that, I'm just a good time. And,
That's rude.
I mean, that's their perception. That's what they see. That's what they feel, rather. But, I'm real heavy into the arts. A lot of people think, all you do is drink. Nope. I'm a nature girl. Horses are my first love.
You do like horses, which is
what?
I don't know. They scare me.
What about them? They're some very peaceful animals.
Are they?
Yeah. I'm going to take you horseback riding one day.
No, I don't like it.
You never tried it.
I did. I've been horseback riding twice, and one time the horse led me astray, and I was scared for my life.
What happened? Why lead you astray?
I don't know. I think the second time I kind of veered off the, no. And then they can trample you. They can kick you. No.
I mean, people can do that too. People
I know,
can
but
trample you with their words.
They're really big. Yeah, I think I've experienced that, but nah. That's not for me. I don't do animals. Like I don't do nature. I hate being outside.
Why? I love it.
Unless I'm on the beach, there's no need for me to be out. I hate bugs and.
No, I don't like bugs. But no, I love it. I love the
clean
nature
in the house.
Not with that fabuloso.
Hakeem, do you use Fabuloso? Listen.
But is it a good cleaning agent? And we ain't asking how it smell.
But it cleans.
So what does that have to do with is it clean or not?
I ain't trying to be prejudiced once again. But
We listen.
people that I know that clean places use it a lot. Let me just say that. Like
'Cause it's
Murray
cheap.
Maid and all that, little maid companies, they use it.
I use it too. So what you trying to say?
It's a good product.
Thank you. It cleans.
But is it a cleaning product or is it just for smell?
It cleans.
It cleans. It's a multi-purpose cleaner.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
it. The purple joint.
Listen, Nick, yes.
Don't call him a nigga.
I said Nick. Hakeem, just so you know, I do use the N-word a lot. Okay. But Fabuloso Purple definitely cleans. Your house smell like lavender for like 3 days.
No. I'm gonna get in there with the bleach.
Okay. Bleach is not good for your skin. You can't inhale that.
Okay. But you think you can walk around inhaling Fabuloso?
I don't inhale Fabuloso, but you can.
Okay. Go ahead, Oprah. You up.
All right. So how have you or will you deal with
When
the
you gonna answer
judgments?
these questions?
Okay. What is the biggest misconception that people have about me from the show? I haven't had anybody say that, but I would have to piggyback off of you. I think that a lot of times the comments after the show be like, "Oh, that was so funny. Oh, that was so cute." But it's like, "Oh, nigga, this is real." Like none of that shit was for kicks and giggles.
You remember when people used to say you didn't like white people?
Yes, I do, but they weren't 100% wrong. They weren't 100%. Like, I like them, but my preference is for people that look like me.
So people of color.
Yes, but you know what? I've been dealing with them a lot these last couple days.
Now? Come on.
Y'all, that, ugh.
Y'all is in African American?
Yes.
What about us?
It's Black History Month. We supposed to be working together. Some people just, wow, dog. Like, wow. Wow. Is my pinky bothering you that much? I'm going to get a fill-in tomorrow. But just wow. Like, I just be like, wow. Why you got put on the show? Who you put on the show for? Why do you have to act like that? But then I read a lot too, and then I read a lot about the trauma that our people go through. And when I think about it, it makes sense. And some people just don't know, but sometimes that shit can be real disappointing.
So what do you feel like that they're doing? Are they being overzealous in certain situations? Like what's happening that is making you question
I feel like
them as an
they,
individual?
well, not even they, but like as a culture, I'm going to say as a culture. And maybe I'm guilty of it too. I hope not. But like, it's just no authenticity in anything that you do.
Like what? Like I need an example.
Anything. Like, it could even be, like, I was watching Love and Hip Hop, and I was just like, this is so fake. Why would you act like this or do this? Like, I just don't understand it. That Miami John, wow. And I'm just like, y'all, for real, doing this for a check. It's no way.
So let me ask you this. We talked about being bored last season. Do you feel like you'll ever get to a point where you could go on there and just really tarnish yourself as a woman to be paid?
No.
Because we talked about being bored.
No.
So that's not a dollar amount you're willing to sell out
No,
for.
it's not. It's not. Like, I just cannot.
So if
get
T.I.
with some of
came
that.
to you, because we know how
So
you feel about
T.I.
him.
is different. Like, it has to be behind closed doors. But if you talk about getting on a national television show and just acting a pure fucking fool, like, I know we not on this part yet, but they got this girl on Miami, and her name is like Shakia. You watch Hakeem?
Sukyon.
Okay. Yes. Why? Like, and even the other girl that worked at the bar that was recording the video in the garage, why did you feel like you had to get up in the club? And she straight, when I say stabbed her friend in the back, like, People not
But
out
is
here
that
moving
your
like
friend?
that.
Is that your friend or is that your friend for media purposes?
I don't know, but I just don't believe that that's real life, and art is supposed to imitate real life.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not judging. Can you hear me?
I can't, but I'm right here with you.
Right. I'm not judging, but why do you watch it? That's why I don't watch it. Like, why do we watch it if we know it's so fake and detrimental to our community?
I don't know.
It's entertaining, but
It's not even entertaining because when I be watching it, I be thinking like you, like, why am I watching this? I don't know. Maybe because I've seen so many people come up off of it. Because it's embarrassing. So maybe I'm being just as bad as what I point the finger at.
Possibly.
Very well can be. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't even know how we got on that.
Me either.
I don't know how we got on that topic, but yeah, I can't stand shows like that. But I would have to say the biggest misconception is that people think this is surface level when this is real shit. This is real life. Like, I think that everything we talk about comes from our reality and our truth.
Okay.
You think so?
It's definitely my truth when I sit behind this mic.
Do you ever regret sharing it?
No.
Never.
I don't regret it. Nobody can ever tell my story better than me. And if you heard it from me, you can't shame me for it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Okay. How much you think you've grown from the show?
I think I've learned to be vulnerable, excuse me. Ooh, we need a reverse. To be vulnerable, but still maintain my privacy. You know, there are certain things that I've shared on the show, but then there are certain things I just refuse to share, but it doesn't make me less relatable to the public.
But do you think that you could possibly change somebody's life by sharing something that you haven't or don't want to share?
That's true, but I think all things aren't to be shared behind this mic. Like, there are certain things that I've shared behind this mic that I probably wouldn't have shared at Enough Sis. Mm-hmm. And there's definitely something that I shared at Enough Sis that I wouldn't share behind this mic. Mm-hmm. You know, you just had to be there at that moment.
Do you express anything in your writing that you think would make people question your authenticity?
What?
That was like 4 syllables.
Come on, man. What?
Do you think that you have expressed or will express anything in your writing that will make people question or have a misjudgment about you?
Maybe not question or have a misjudgment, but more of a, damn, I didn't know she went through something like that.
What kind of book are you writing?
What?
What kind of book are you writing?
It's a short story. That's what I'm going to say. It's a short story.
Okay.
But you remember that part, and I want to say it's in the 5 Heartbeats, where Robert Townsend and his sister were in the room. And
It's in the beginning.
You know, he was writing and balling up papers and writing and balling up papers. And then he just couldn't quite get that flow. That's kind of how my writing started. Like, I would write, I don't like this, I ball it up, throw it away. I would write, I don't like this, and I'm going to throw it away. I had to really figure out who and what my audience was. And then I had to really go back to the drawing board and start all over again. And you don't know how hard that is until you're at the finish line. And you have to start all over again. And it's like, I don't like nothing about what I just wrote.
But you know, a lot of your writing is not for you.
It's not, but it comes from me. So I need it to be relatable. Like, when I'm looking at it on the pages, I need it to flow as if I'm reading this for the first time. Like, when I read certain books, I want to be able to connect with that author. Like, I want to know where you were when you created it. I want to feel like I'm right there.
But, I mean, you know, as a writer, that's going to be hard for you to do for your own writing. You know, they say you're your biggest and sometimes worst critic.
That's true, but in things that I've shared, it's like, you can relay this better. Like, you write better than this.
And you were the one judging that. Why wouldn't you let somebody else judge that?
Well, I mean, you have an editor who judges it.
I mean, but before you ball it up and throw it away, why?
You got to know the flow. It's kind of like, you know, when we were younger and you were in school and you had to write a rough draft. And then, you know, the teacher you give it to the teacher and they scratch it up or whatever. And then you get it back and you do your second copy and then you do your final draft. It's that type of thing. And by the time you're at your final draft, it really looks nothing like your first draft. So it's important to me that when I'm writing something, I'm giving it my all.
I mean, mean, yeah, I expect you to give it your all, but I mean,
Hey, Tanya.
it depends on what you giving them. Like, are you basing yours off of real life?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What made you want to do that?
It's somebody else that's been through my story.
But what made you want to do that? What made you want to, even coming on here, what made you want to share your story with everybody?
Why
to
not?
judge and to have their 2 cents and...
I've said this before. It takes a lot to sit behind this mic, right? It takes a lot. It takes a hell of a commitment to sit here and be vulnerable and understand that with your vulnerability is going to come a certain level of judgment. But to get my story out, I can reach somebody else. Like when I talked about being a functioning alcoholic, my DMs were flooded about that, right? I'm okay with that. If me telling you that, yeah, I was a functioning alcoholic. I know what it's like to get up and go to work and be drunk from the night before, or, you know, to have a $200-$300 tab at the happy hour. And if that made you want to be a better individual, that's why I sit here.
But what if that's the one thing they take away from your whole entire 2 seasons?
Did it help you?
So it is about helping people.
Sometimes. But sometimes it's about helping yourself, too.
Did that help you, putting that out on the line?
I had already helped myself before I told that story.
Do you think you have to help yourself before you tell that story?
Absolutely. You can't afford people with proper coping mechanisms if you don't have them yourself.
I mean,
and
but
if you try to, you live in a lie. That's some bullshit.
Not the coping mechanisms, but recognizing it is a big part of fixing it.
That's a part of a coping mechanism.
Recognizing it?
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know.
What you do afterwards, the work you put in afterwards, your first acknowledgement to you having a problem is being able to say, I have a problem, and identifying that problem.
What if you feel like you're too late in the game and you can't stop? But I want to tell you about it.
You have to want to stop.
But do you think if somebody too late in the game and don't want to stop, that they could still change somebody's life by telling them,
I can't
I
speak
have
for
this
somebody else
problem?
when it comes to that.
Are you speaking from the person saying it or the receiver?
Both. Like you have to want to change yourself. I can't say that you do or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. You know when you're ready. You know when you're tired.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes it can be too late.
I don't think so.
It's never too late. You one of them people?
I'm not one of those people, but I don't think it's too late. I think circumstance has a lot to do with when you're ready to change.
Okay, and that was the Hood Therapist on 3.
Your turn.
I don't have nothing to follow that. I don't think that I've been that vulnerable to our audience.
Why not?
I don't want to. I don't want people trying to figure out things. I already have people from the little pieces that I give, which it's just that the little pieces that I give, people think they know me.
So is it harder for you to sit behind the mic now?
Yes.
Why?
Because I got my hands in a lot of things, and this is the most visible one. So people will see, oh, the drinking, or, oh, we talking to a taste of heaven or whatever, and they'll then judge me based upon that when it's several different sides to me. Like, I think that now I have a healthy balance of a little bit of everything. I think I can mix with any and everybody if I had to.
Do you
Even
want
the
to?
white people. Do I want to? Yeah, I want to be relatable to everybody because I think you can learn a lot. You can learn more.
So why not feel like you can be vulnerable on this platform with, our viewers, and then go on to another one of your business ventures and be vulnerable there and reach someone in that capacity, and then go on and reach someone in another capacity?
Well, I haven't been vulnerable in any of them, and I don't plan to be. I plan to be relatable, but I gotta protect me, and I'm just not about to open the floodgates with different things that I'm dealing with. I don't need nobody pointing a finger, shaming me, questioning me.
People
No.
can shame you for drinking out that cup right there.
They
People can
can.
shame you for saying you don't like white people. People can shame you for anything you say behind this mic, because once you say it, it's in the universe.
So I ain't say I ain't like them. I said
No, you said fuck white people.
I ain't say that. How came did I say that?
You not this episode, but you
Thank you.
definitely said fuck them. Now we got them now. We
Well,
gonna be honest.
It is Black History Month. It's our time.
Okay.
Can we have February? Please, can we have these 29 days?
How many days?
I gave you a whole remix all show. 29.
Okay.
But, yeah, so I give you what I want to give you.
Okay.
I think some of the judgment is, it's kind of funny to me, though, that people think I'm that person.
What person is that?
I don't know. I think they will. Some of the responses I've gotten have been kind of empty. It's like, cool.
Empty? Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
It's nothing solid about them. It's no substance to them, like you said.
Okay, so I'm confused. It's no substance to you. It's no substance to the criticism that you receive.
Criticism.
Okay.
To the criticism, like the classless. Is that what I told you? Mm-hmm. Nigga. The receipts are long. We not.
We not doing that.
Don't come for me like.
We not doing that.
No, we not. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
And even what we were talking about earlier in the show about that DM I told you I got.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cause I gotta go somewhere after this. Mm-hmm. So, no, like who? No, you definitely tried to play me. Like I feel like you taking me for a sucker, and that's okay. If you think I'm Bobo the fool,
Who the fool?
Bobo.
I thought it was Boo Boo.
I haven't said Bobo. Who is it's Boo Boo?
Mm-hmm.
But I've always said Bobo.
Bobos are like the shoes.
Hakeem, who is it?
Mm-hmm. You thought you had one. What you thought y'all bonded over that Fabuloso shit?
I did.
You saying boo boo in your country accent?
Okay, that was my accent. That was my from the hill accent.
Boo Boo.
Bobo.
Okay, don't let Hakeem lie to you, okay? Don't let him play with you like that.
But I think after last show when we talked about the commitment to the show, I kind of felt like I had to give more on air of who I really am. So, yeah, we'll see what the season has to offer.
Okay, so how do you wager your persona here versus other business ventures that you have outside of here?
I think they're all the same. The only thing about this one is I'm a little freer with the tongue.
So they can't all be the same.
There
has to be something different.
I think so. But certain people don't think so.
So I don't know if I would see this side of you at a Me Then E event.
Yeah, you absolutely would. You just wouldn't get the language.
So it's not this side.
The only difference is the language.
Okay.
But I'm only
so
going to
being
give you
able
but
to
so
turn it
much.
on and off.
The language? Yes.
Okay.
But that's it. But I'm still only going to give you but so much.
Now, with both of us having platforms outside of the DHONs and we want people to be comfortable and to be vulnerable, how vulnerable or how comfortable do you think a person will be if they willingly know that she's not giving me her all, so I'm not going to give her my all?
Well, I'm not going to say I'm not going to give you your all, but my all, but I'm not going to give you my all in public for everybody to scrutinize. If I'm having a one-on-one with somebody, then that's something different.
Okay.
But me sitting on this platform and going out to however many people, no, I'm not about to spill the beans or tell you my whole life. I'm not. But if it's an intimate conversation, absolutely. Okay. But I just feel like as far as my ego or my confidence or whatever goes, I can't put that out there for everybody.
Okay.
But I applaud people that do, though. Because I don't feel like we are here for ourselves.
Fair.
So I think that's dope.
Okay. What you got next? Oprah.
She's done for the day.
She not.
She is. Go ahead to the Ask the DHON.
So let me just say this. Y'all viewers can be kind of messy sometimes.
Why you say that?
Because look at what the question says. How do you ladies shoot your shot? Clearly, you're married. This is one part that I will never divulge to the audience. If you see me out, you see me out.
You telling niggas the hottest place you got hit at.
That was many moons ago.
So why not tell them when they know? Because, okay, so you telling that person how you shoot your shot.
But I don't. This is okay. So like, not even being cocky, I don't shoot my shot. Like I'm the girl that's always with the fellas. So I'm
You're
cool.
not always with the fellas. Nigga.
I am for the most part. Some of my closest friends are males.
Bitch, I don't have no ding-a-ling.
You stress me out so bad. I said some of my closest friends are males.
Okay.
Whatever you got in that cup, leave it home next week, okay?
So hold on. So you saying that because you are with a group of males,
I'm like one of the homies. This is the thing, right?
So do men try to holler?
They do.
So how do
But
they
I'm not
know
shooting.
it's a
The
green
question
light?
says, how do you ladies shoot your shot? I'm not shooting my shot.
Okay, so no alley-ooping, no dunking, none of that.
I might be dunking, but I'm not shooting.
Okay.
I'm never gonna be that person that's gonna come at you first.
So how do people know when to keep going with you?
Don't.
What?
Just don't.
Come on, you gotta tell people how do they know it's a go?
Don't. They don't know. They don't know.
You like it that way.
That is one part of my life I will always keep private. If you see
mystery.
me, if you see me out and you see me with somebody, that's up to your own interpretation.
But not okay. Let's say you by yourself.
Hey, I could be dating myself.
Okay, but if you by yourself and they want to holler, how do they know to keep trying?
Don't.
Or how do they know that you are being receptive?
They don't know, because I could just be an overly friendly person sometimes. I can be like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing? And at the end of the night, all right, take care.
What if they be like, hold on, Miss Lady, can I have your number?
Don't ever mislady me.
Okay, so that was one for y'all, so y'all know. Okay. Okay. What do you like to be called?
Nothing.
Okay.
Don't call me.
Such an asshole.
Don't call me.
Okay, so if they try,
Don't.
but just in case they do,
Don't. You don't want me. Trust me, you don't. You know when my messages really started to flood when you
what you do?
nothing.
Tell the people in 2020
When you renewed your vows, and there was this picture where I popped up and I had, my waves were fresh, my color was bright,
in
my
the
makeup
dress
was done. Yes, in a dress with high heels. And I had to tell this one person, like, look, don't be fooled. You'll never see me like this in public. I don't even brush my fade half the time. Don't be consumed by what you think you'll see. Don't shoot your shot here.
one day somebody has to lock it down.
I lock myself down.
Dog, whoever out there want her, y'all got some fucking work to do.
Why would I say that?
Just tell the people what you like.
Horses. Buy me a horse.
And what else?
Jordans.
So you're materialistic.
No. You said tell them what I like.
Do you like people to read to you?
I can read to myself.
Well, do you like people that read?
I do. I would like someone who can hold a conversation.
About?
Politics.
What's your favorite thing to talk about? What about politics?
The underlining world of politics.
This is for real free game, y'all. The underlining world.
Mm-hmm. The underlining world of politics.
Speaking about politics, did you hear last week, and I meant to text you this. So Maryland passed this law about, I can't remember the name or the number, but basically they can't ask you on an application whether you commit a crime. Did you hear about that?
Whether you commit a crime or how many crimes you've committed?
No, whether you have committed one.
Well, they kind of have to ask you something along those lines.
So they cannot put it on the application, but they can ask you in an interview. And so people were celebrating that. Actually, a big personality, a black personality, was celebrating that and saying that was a win for the people, that they can't ask you that on the application, but they can still ask you in a job. I was like, am I missing something, or is this a double standard? Is this an example of us not reading in
the
between
fine
the
print?
lines? Yeah.
I mean, it's still going to be used as a determining factor whether or not I will hire you.
Exactly. So I thought I was missing something.
Well, who was the big personality? Was it a radio personality?
Yes.
Daytime radio?
Before 6.
Well, let me say this. What was their standpoint? Was it a thing of like, oh, this could be something that will allow black people the chance to start anew? Because, you have the 3-time offender rule.
He was just saying it's a win for black people. well, a win for people. I don't think he specifically said black people, but he did say it was a win for people that they can't ask you on your application, but he was saying that they can still ask you in the interview.
Well, what's talked about is in an interview is, it's my word against your word. You can say I said it, I can say I didn't say it, but when it's on paper and it's black and white, it's a little bit different. So on paper, you sign that, I've agreed that everything that I've stated here is correct.
You right.
Okay, so if I go run this background check and you tell me that you didn't have a charge, if I look your name up and I see it, you've now lied. You've perjured yourself. You've now automatically disqualified yourself as a candidate.
Okay, that makes sense.
Whereas in just basic conversation, what I really, depending on what you tell me your charge was or was not, what I really think to go back and Maryland case search, maybe not. Depends on the employer. Depends on how big the company is.
You're right. I was wondering why he said it was a win, and I was like,
could be.
My friend would know.
Don't do that.
No, seriously. All right, you got it. That ain't it this week. Who out here lying?
I don't think they lying. You know what? People begging in my cash app.
Still?
I don't know why y'all think I have this large lump sum of money. I go to work every day.
It might be them new shoes you post every day.
I haven't posted shoes in a while. I've been pretty good about that.
So how you responding to people begging in your DM?
What resources do you need?
Money.
Yeah. I know a few county people. I can direct you to those resources.
How they responding?
This is my thing. So I have this one particular person who every so often they'll come around and I need. They have an outline of items they need. I'm not gonna send you the money, but if you can meet me somewhere, I'll get you all those things. Oh, I was hoping to get the cash. You don't need it.
So you handle them the same way you handle niggas on the street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I got it, sometimes I don't. Most times I don't.
I got it, that ain't it.
Okay.
There's some big bitches around here.
Come on, man. Stop. Stop, man. Stop.
Well, I wasn't even finished.
Just that you led with, it's some big bitches out here.
Walking around in crop tops. And I just want y'all to stop lying to them.
Who was y'all? I'll put on a crop top and let these tiger stripes show around. I don't care.
Do that again.
Nope. I don't care. Bat
what
tattoo
you gonna
out.
Come on, let the tiger out.
Nope.
Come on, Tony.
What's wrong with a crop top?
Some people don't need
Is it a crop top or crop top under the breast? Because there's a difference.
It's a
Oh, like like those pictures we sent back and forth?
Yes. Okay, next.
Because I kind of want to say something about that.
The line or the crop tops?
You know what? People wear what they feel comfortable in.
What you been watching on TV lately?
I have not.
At all?
No.
So have you heard about Tyler Perry?
What is that? A Fall from Grace? I actually like that movie.
You did? I like the movie too. I know people were talking about the wigs. But I'm tired of Tyler
Okay,
Perry.
we've seen worse wigs.
But girl, stay tuned. I'm tired of him eating off our back.
Okay, then you should be tired of loving hip hop too. Mona is eating off our back.
Mona is definitely eating, but Tyler is just really eating.
What's the difference? Everybody has something on their plate.
I think Mona got some decent half-ass people.
Every season somebody go to jail for some years and come back. These are some of the longest but shortest jail sentences I've ever seen. I've never seen a show run so long where you go to jail and come home.
They said Mendeces was gone for 4 years.
And he came back home to a job. Joel Santana.
That's a good point.
Joel Santana, he gonna come home to a job. Remy Ma came home to a job.
So then that's a
Scrap.
good thing. She doing a service.
No, it's not. Everybody on your show has to go to jail.
That's a decent ass check to come back to.
Now you talking about being bored.
That's why you my friend. Go ahead. You right. And not in Black History Month. You right.
We not doing that.
You're
Scrap went home, went to jail, came home on a house arrest bracelet or something like that. Who you know a house arrest filming a whole show? It just makes you wonder, like, how valid is this? You in jail with the cameras rolling. What? You ever been to jail to see somebody?
Hey, I never thought about that.
Have you ever, but no, seriously, have you ever been to jail to see somebody? You know all the security checkpoints you have to go through?
Yes.
And I'm not talking about a halfway house jail. I'm talking about jail.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's some bitch. I never thought about that. I think I just see the surface level ignorance. We need a whole bunch of reverses on this show. Mm-hmm. But no, seriously, I never thought about that. That's
I can't get
shit.
I can't get down with that. It's a paternity issue. It's a infidelity issue. Like, you ain't nothing positive on them shows.
She don't have nothing positive. She don't have paternity though. But you're right.
Who
She don't.
don't? Jocelyn and Stevie.
Oh, you're right. Dang, I ain't never think that far into Love and Hip Hop though. The whole jail and them coming back to a job.
You know, I watched that show. When I have watched it, I'll watch it with the sound off.
But that's
because I'm looking at their body language.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's being bored or getting ahead.
Getting ahead of what?
I mean, if I can come out and get a job where I'm making $100,000 a season.
Why did I have to go in?
That's true. But that was like things that they did before or when they weren't recording.
But why did you have to capitalize on that? Like, that's my storyline that I went to jail.
But they capitalizing off it too. I mean,
why? That's what I'm saying. But why?
What else can they do after that?
So it's cool to see a black mother raising black boys, talking to their father from jail.
No, it's not cool. But I'm just saying, what else can they do when they come out? What else is Mendices or Jewel's gonna do? What else is Scrap gonna do? They don't have a resume.
What? I mean, they don't. But why celebrate that? Because I'm reading something Ashley said.
What you think, Hakeem? Because you a black male. That's a good point, though. I never thought about that. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. So what do you think about Love and Hip Hop, right? So Mendices, Jewels, everybody go to jail. Remy, they all went to jail, but they came out to a bag. Trick Daddy went to jail?
On this season, he go to jail for drunk driving or something like that.
Oh, they all come out to a bag. Is that a bad thing?
I think it's exploitation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
But
have any white shows that show white dudes in jail?
what about that 90 Day Fiance? A lot of them be
I don't
white.
know, because I don't watch none of them. But
90 days in, that like you voluntarily going to jail.
Okay, you're right. Hold on.
But on the other hand, you gotta get your money somehow, some way. So I ain't gonna say I'm mad at them.
It's already hard for y'all to come
I
out.
don't like the fact that it's on TV.
Right. But it's already hard for y'all to make it. If I can go sit in here for 4 years, cool. That's not a good job, but I'm coming out and I'm coming to $100,000 for 2 months. That's kind of setting me ahead of the game for a quick minute.
It's not because I sat for 4 years.
Don't they have money?
I don't know.
You
I don't
shall
know none of
have
these
bags.
people.
Lord Scrappy was out for a minute, right?
I don't know. I never heard of them before this. That's a good point. That's gonna make me look at this differently.
They don't, and honestly, they don't make that much money.
Yeah, because I
based
heard,
on even the young lady was named Tommy, based on how much play you get on the show per se. Are you a supporting cast member?
But you can get contracts from that because Tommy was doing a little Fashion Nova modeling for a minute. It's a check, nigga. It's a check.
I don't want that to be the narrative no more. I don't want it to be the narrative of, it's a check. I need some substance behind my check.
I mean, Mimi said she did it to get ahead of the game.
Did what? Slept with Nico?
Yeah, did the whole shower thing.
That was her man.
No, but she said she leaked the tape on purpose to get ahead.
Yeah, look where it got her.
I mean,
one day you have to explain.
But she got a whole linen collection.
You ain't need no linen for that shower.
I don't know what she needed, but I'm just saying she got a
You was reaching for that cup.
No, I wasn't. But she got a whole linen collection from it.
But what does that mean, though?
That could kind of change her narrative.
To what?
I mean, she got a linen collection, so that's going to expose her to a whole nother audience.
But you sold some dry porn. You sold some soft porn.
I sold it
and you lied about it.
I sold it to get ahead. That gave me a nice little bag to start a linen collection. Something that's in the stores that I can keep going and going and going and going. She said she did it for her daughter.
But you already are going to have a bag per se because you are a leading cast member on one of the largest network reality TV shows.
She's leading.
She's the only. She's one of the only consistent people on there. If you think about when that show, when Love and Hip Hop Atlanta first came on to now, Mimi has never missed a season. You know her stock has gone up. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to leak that tape.
But she still had to go on there and be called Molly the Maid. So that's okay, but the tape not.
None of it is okay.
But she was trying to get ahead of the game.
To get where? Your ass is still on TV. Now you on TV as a lesbian. You on TV as a single, broke-hearted mother at first. Then you on TV as, oh, now we're getting back together. Then you were on TV as Nico's girlfriend, and you know he sold you out. And then you came back as your heart was so hurt, and now you dealing with women. Every season she has a different story, but she's been consistent.
But
damn,
she do got that linen collection though.
You slept
That's
on
gonna go forever. No, I haven't.
She probably ain't slept on.
But it is gonna last forever.
So are you saying that it's okay to fake it till you make it?
No, I don't think it's okay, but it makes a little bit more sense. Because I think it's harder for us to get the bag than...
Is it really?
Yeah.
You think it's hard for Tyler Perry to get a bag?
Tyler Perry got a different kind of bag. So you know how they say, oh, what, skin folk ain't your kin folk or something like that? That's the kind of bag Tyler Perry got.
Explain that to me.
Tyler Perry was, so like the whole studio and all that, like I think that's good, that's cool, that's cute. But the fact that he keeps exploiting people and he knows better, like you have a platform to change the game. You have a platform to make better shows or put more positive images out there. But you don't use it.
Mona doesn't have that same platform?
I don't think she's as big as Tyler Perry.
She's a franchise.
Tyler Perry is bumping elbows with Oprah. That's real different than Mona Scott, who's bumping elbows with Diddy.
So? She still has a franchise. She has a platform.
She has
every Monday, what's the lineup? The first 2 hours of Monday night?
Is Atlanta and Miami.
Those seasons run congruent to each other. There's never a lapse in a season. There's never a lapse in a show.
I mean, did I say Atlanta? New York. She got so many. L.A.
It started with one, Love and Hip Hop. I think New York was the first one. Then it branched off to California or somewhere. Then it was Atlanta. Now it's Miami and some other shows that she's a part of. Like, if you watch a lot of VH1 shows, her name rolls on those credits a lot. And it's not just Love and Hip Hop. So she has the same platform, if not better than Tyler, only because...
I don't know about better.
Only because when Tyler come out with a movie, all right, everybody knows the Tyler Perry movie going to sell out. It may or may not sell out. It's going to be in selective theaters, right? You know Monday nights going to be full of ratchet TV. You know it.
Mona don't have enough money to buy her own studio
How
like
you
Tyler
know?
Perry. I don't know, but I know she hasn't done it.
So because something isn't shown to the forefront, that mean it's not happening?
Well, her name is just not out there like Tyler Perry.
How you know, nigga? We are sitting in where we're sitting. We are not sitting in Hollywood. We don't know where her name is floating around.
It ain't floating around enough to where she's on VH1.
How do you know?
It's a trash ass network.
Oh, so if VH1 offer us a check, we gonna say it's a trash network still? Or we gonna sit on that trash? Because your boy on there, T.I.
We gonna sit on there, but we gonna talk about something different.
It's still trash.
If I have a platform, I'm gonna use my platform to change the game. I'm not gonna use my platform to sell my ass.
So you're not gonna be classless?
No.
Okay.
And fuck you, that's sudden. Yes.
Stop doing it.
No. No. You was comfortable enough to say that. I am too, nigga. We on one.
Okay.
So we're gonna close the show a little differently. We're gonna do a Carmen's knowledge and a Toya's thought.
Okay, you first.
Damn, bitch, I ain't even get done with the description.
But you first, it doesn't matter.
And a Hakeem was happening. Hold on, but before we close, shout out to us. We were invited to speak at Dunbar's High School Black Girls Rock on February 14th. And you were invited to speak about self-worth and mental health. and you'll also be on the panel to talk about Black Girls Rock, and the theme is My Sister's Keeper.
Okay.
So shout out to you for doing that.
Thanks, friend.
You're supposed to be excited. Are you excited? How do you feel about talking to teenage girls?
I feel like I'll be talking to myself.
You ain't no teenager.
I was once. You can ruin a wet dream. You know that?
I just want to remind you, you're not a teenager. So you're not talking to yourself.
Depending on who you ask.
I'm asking, when I called you Saturday night at 9 o'clock, you was at home in your bonnet.
Talk. I was. Next.
So you're not talking to you.
Under the covers watching Law and Order. Perfectly content. Yeah, but it'll be good. It'll be a good experience. It'll be a great experience.
I think it's a lot of pressure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think as a teenager, you can easily be influenced.
So you think the pressure is on the audience, not the speaker?
No, it's definitely on the speaker. It's on the speaker, for sure. Because you have to kind of be vulnerable because you want them to be able to relate because they're so young. I think you have to keep their attention.
So you plan to be vulnerable? Remember what you said.
I do in the smaller session. I got to see how the first session goes.
Okay.
But I'm excited about it. I think it's a new look for us. Well, not really, because we've done things like this before.
I think this is going to be a good opportunity to, explain a little bit of what soul to soul is.
Okay, y'all look out for that hashtag.
The soul you walk on is a reflection of the soul you keep. So
that's a good one. Y'all remember that? Write that down. Rewind 15 seconds. You can push the little rewind 15 seconds.
you can.
So my thought for the week, I would have to say is, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. I'm learning that in this brand especially, to not sell myself short, to be true to who I am and to our worth.
Okay.
Carmen's Knowledge. You want me to give you a little intro music?
What is this, the art of noise? You know, let me know.
I wanted you to talk over it.
No. And don't hold the mic like that.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I don't know. Recently, I've been thinking a lot about the sunset and what the sunset represents. It represents a daily transition, right? Mm-hmm. So it's that time of day where day is turning into night. Mm-hmm. And in nighttime, we like to think that things are settled. And, sometimes we dwell in darkness when we shouldn't. Mm-hmm. But it is in darkness that we are birthed. So it's always light at the end of your tunnel. Might not seem like it, but it's a light there.
When you said sunset, I thought of death.
Could be.
I did. That, yeah. I thought of death.
I mean, I could go somewhere with that, but not tonight.
Mm-hmm. What's up and coming for the Dawns?
Dawn After Dark.
What is Dawn After Dark?
So it's the more sensual side of the ladies, where, we can sit and have girl talk in our PJs. Kind of like a modern day TLC red light special type of thing. Mm-hmm. No, you tell me. What's next for the Dawns?
So up and coming is definitely Dawn After Dark. Mm-hmm. We plan to hold that in April. Some people will receive a special invite. Mm-hmm. It will be a girls' night in.
Okay.
It will be the space and opportunity to be vulnerable, and to be real and to connect to other women. Okay. Well, mentally, for y'all nasty.
Say goodnight.
We out.